Okay, we are now going on Facebook Live at Torah Direct. Should be happening. I'm going to mute everybody. Second, I don't know if it's on yet. Oh, it says live. Live on Facebook. Meeting is live. Okay, so.
Hang on.
Good night, Shabbos, everybody. We are going to do first the service of Shabbos, which is starts on page 151. If you have a siddur, it's on page 151. I'm going to mute everybody, and then I'm going to and then I'll put it on sometime. Maybe we'll try to sing together to the best of our ability. I'm going to try this time to keep Chuni on the focus over there, so his face will be. He's going to be the one who's going to be on there. Okay, Chuni, are you ready? We're starting on page 151. Where are you, Chuni? I don't know where Chuni is. Oh, there you are.
Right.
We're starting at page 151. I just want to mute everybody first. And I'm not going to allow it. Okay, Chuni, everybody's muted. Besides, I'm going to unmute you. And I am unmuted too. Okay, welcome everybody to this wonderful Erev Shabbos of Shabbos of Achrei Mos Kedoshim, and we're going to start off as we start off every Friday night. We're starting off page 151 with Yedid Nefesh, and then we'll go into the davening. And Chuni, it's all yours. I'll help you out. I'll sing together. I'll unmute everybody now for the Yedid Nefesh. Okay, so let's all sing together. Yedid Nefesh. On page 151, Yedid
Nefesh
Rachama Everybody together. Okay, we're going to page 154 in your siddur. Hold on a second, Hanan, I'm going to unmute you. Go. You can go, Khani.
ומלך גדול לכל אבול אלוהים אשר בידו מחקרה וביורץ וסויפו סוהרים לו אשר לא יהיום והוא סוהו יבשס ידו ויוצרו Boy nishtach v'nikro nivrecho lifnei Adonai Ovoseinu ki hu Eloheinu panav avachnu amemari Yisoi v'tzobovoin yodoi hayoim im bekweloi sishemo Al takshu levavchem ki meribo ki hoy maso bami yerebor asher nisu v'ni avoy sebechem chonuni kamerofoli no yarboim shono kod bedovoy Voy a meterle bobem, behem no ayoduteno achoy. Asher nishpaiti v'yababapi, im yevoyun el menuchosi. Shiro l'Adonai, shir chodosh, shiro l'Adonai kol ha'oretz. Shiro l'Adonai baruch Shemoy, pasru me'yoim le'yom Yeshuosoi, sapru v'agoyim kevoidoi v'chol ha'amim niflei Yosoi, ki godoi l'Adonai v'olol me'yoim no'iravu al kol Elohim, ki kol Elohei amim melilim v'adonai shomayim oso. Hoy vadar lefono, hoy speciferes bemikdashoy. Ovoladinoy mishpikoy samim, ovoladinoy kavoy provoys. Ovoladinoy kavoy chemoys yomincha, ovoyul chasroiso, vishtachavoladinoy viadras koidesh. Chilo miponov kol ha'oretz. Imru bagoyim Adonai moloch, Ati koine tevel ba'aletim moed, Yodin amim b'mei shorim, Yizbuch ha'shamayim v'sogel ha'aretz, Yiram hayom omroyoi, Yaloi zesodai v'chol asher bo, Yoziralno kol ha'tzuyuvar, Lifnei Adonai ki yivo lishpait ha'oretz, יש פה את תבל בצדק, בימים במונוסוי.
Page 155.
איש לפונותינו, אוי אבי אדינו סין ראש אומר נפשו אס חסידו מיד רשעים יציל לבן אוי רזור ולצדיק ולישראל ושמחו שמחו צדיקים בעדנו ויועדו לזכר קודשוי. Es Moshe Adonai Shechodosh ki neflo oisos oish lo yamin oisro yakot sheho v'di Adonai Yeshua soilei hagoyim ki lo sidekos azochachastoi v'nosoy levesh Yisroel lo chalasoyodes eis Yeshua Eloheinu ariyo l'Adonai kol ha'oretz hitzcho v'rarno v'zameinu Zamro ladonai bevechinoi v'kovel zeyimno Pachatzo Yisrois v'koel eshoifor V'yodiu lifnei melech Adoino v'yiram hayom v'loyui Tevel v'yoishlevo Noroi shimcha ocho Yachad odim yiraneinu לפני אדוני קיבול ישפוט פרודץ, ישפוט תבל בצדק. יעמי בשורים.
Page 156, name Allah.
יגזום ישב קרובים תונו תורס אדוני בציון גודל. Ramho al kolo ame mi oido shemech godoyleno vayro kodoysho yois melech mishpotoy ato konanto me veishor mishpotos tok ve yakov vatu sisoroy me mohalno yereino ishtaqbolad raglo kodosh o Moishe v'Aaron Oy bechoyano ushemo voel bekoyre shmoy koyre melabno voy veho yanem yamodonon ידבר עליהם שומרו את דובו ואסור לכו את נוסם אלומוי אדינוי אלוהינו ויתום אני יסום אלנו ועשהו יסלוהם ונוי קיים על עלילו אסום משתחוו ליד ברכותו כי קודו בבוש אדונו בבוי אלוהינו מזמור לדוד רבו לאדוני רבו לאדוני כבוד בוש רבו לאדוני כבוד בוש ישתחוו לאדוני דאתרס כבודש Koil Adonai Lamoim Elakovetim Adonai Maim Rabim Koil Adonai Baba Bakoya Koil Adonai Beodon Koil Adonai Sheber Arozim Shaber Adonai Esarze Albonoin Vayar Kidem Kmoy Gelevon Sirion Kmoy Ben Reemim Koil Adonai Choytzev Laboishesh Koel Adonai Yochel Midbar Yochel Adonai Midbar Kodesh Koel Adonai Yochel Ayolos Vayeches Aviyorais Yecholai Kilom Menekavoid Adonai Noelam Abol Yoshov Vayeshev Adonai Noe Melech Melech Ve'olam V'Adonai Noe Adonai Yevodevech Esamo No Esamo
Page 157. I'm going to unmute everybody. Let's all sing together. L'chad Daidi.
Elam yechad Adonai yechadosh Now everybody get up and dance. Everybody get up. Sadikat am yifrach yeres balbovonani eskesh sol me veisad no te shene veranani yole agir yosh rado netrib lo yavlo soboy Oy mi kola ismay veravi madir mishpreyo madir bamoroy madoyno ne doyesego ne menomeyo levesko no abokodesh adoyno eleyo boyde bekhyomni Bechol sholeton neirug zeno moredino kolo arkim sabodlo mino meleve beis sholetono Miane povone yerin meniro elo vesatras lesatu amor kadisho فخلو مزاتن بنش موسين خداتن كدين شدو صود سلو وسو لبو ورخلو بخربو بنيرو وديانتن
Shkayach, Yashkayach, Choni, thank you very much. I just want to tell everybody here that Mitchell, when the shul opens, this is what happens every Friday night. We sing and we dance on Friday nights. It's a shorter davening, but in many ways, it's a much more livelier davening than the morning service. And the host of the positive thing of the evening service, I usually never give a speech on Friday night. One of the positive things. I want to wish you all, so thank you, Choni, for again a wonderful evening. And Mitchell, tomorrow night, half an hour after Shabbos, we're going to do Havdalah service. It's around 8 o'clock or 8:05. We're going to do a Havdalah service with Choni again, who's going to sing for us. I just want to say a couple of words in honor of this day of Shabbos as we go into the Shabbos, the Shabbos of the week of Acharei Mos Kedoshim. This week is a fascinating reading of the Torah. It's actually, again, a 2-week portion, a double header, again, this week in the portions of the week. These are one of the most two important portions. Number one, portion Achrei, the entire portion is read every year on Yom Kippur. In the morning and the afternoon, we read almost a quarter of the portion in the morning and the rest in the afternoon. And then Kedoshim, which is the name itself is Kedoshim, is holy, is an unbelievable portion. And in that portion itself, and you should read it tomorrow, you have the most famous verse in the portion, which is V'ahavta l'reacha kamecha, which God asks from a Jew to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So we have really a packed Shabbos of Torah reading and Torah knowledge. But I want to start off with the beginning of the portion, because it always intrigues me. The beginning of the portion, which the beginning is connected to a previous portion of the Torah. The Torah starts off today, V'yidaba Hashem Moshe, and God spoke to Moses, Achrei Moshe Shnei Bnei Aaron, after the death of the two sons of Aaron. And the story that is told in the previous portion, in Parashat Shemini, was on the most sacred day of the Jews in the desert. After they'd gone through the golden calf, and God forgave them, they went and they built a Mishkan. It took them many months, and after they finished building the Mishkan, then God told them to wait another couple of months. And the dedication of the Mishkan was on Rosh Chodesh Nisan. So even though they finished in the 25th day of Kislev, God told them to hold off to Teves and Shvat and Adar, another 3 months, for the dedication of this beautiful tabernacle, the beautiful tabernacle that was in the desert. You can imagine the anticipation of the Jews for Rosh Chodesh Nisan, for that day, for the dedication of that temple. And they dedicated it with great joy. They dedicated it with unbelievable joy and happiness. And on the same day that they had this unbelievable joy and happiness, the two sons of Aaron passed away. And as a verse in the Torah says in itself, because they came too close to God, Vayamusu, and they passed away. If you remember the story, when they passed away, God tells Aaron and his other two children to continue doing the service in the temple, that they weren't allowed to do anything. They weren't allowed to stop doing their service. They had to continue the service in the temple. And the Torah continues and says, the rest of the nation will cry for this tragedy. And it's a fascinating thing. How would God ask from Aaron to continue to do the service of the temple when he just lost not one son, two sons on that day? And when Aaron continues to do the service, he's rewarded. God gives him a reward right away. He gives him a reward at the same moment as the Torah continues, and God gives him not only the reward of a commandment that God tells him privately and personally, but also this week's portion, the holiest day of the year, which is on Yom Kippur. And that day was given over totally to the Kohanim, to the priest, and especially to Aaron HaKohen, to the high priest. He was given over the importance of the day. Everything was on their shoulders. The kapara, the forgiveness of the Jewish nation, was totally connected to the Aaron and his children, to Yemit Shemchoni, who is a Kohen as well. Our Chazan is a Kohen as well. So what is the meaning of this unbelievable story? And the truth is that in what we are living today with, I want to tell you a story. I don't know if you know this story, but it happened this week. It's a tragic story in a way. And this past week, at the beginning of the week, the Chabad community, especially the Shluchim community, lost a fellow shliach by the name of Rabbi Benny Wolf in Hanover, Germany. Now, he's much younger than me. He's 43 years old. And he went on shlichus 15 years ago in 2005 to Hanover, Germany. And it was a tough place. It's seemingly a very extremely tough place, a very place of a great anti-Semitism. When he got there, a very rough place where Jews basically went into the shadows, hid under the blankets for what was going on in the streets of Hanover. And he went Jew to Jew, and him and his wife schlepped people out from the woodworks, schlepped them out from under their beds, schlepped them out from the shadow, brought them closer to Yiddishkeit. And he built a beautiful shul, and he built a beautiful community, and he built a beautiful school. And tragically, he passed away, this terrible virus. He passed away at 43, which is unheard of. Not usual for such a young man to pass away from this virus, but he did. Passed away this beginning of the week. What's unbelievable, the story, is really the greatness of his wife. Because as the day of his passing, many things happened that day. And that was that they asked the wife, and they wanted to impress on his wife, his wife with 8 children, that he would be buried in Israel. They were taken to him to be buried in Israel. And she would take her children with her and move to Eretz Yisrael. And her answer was simple, and it's truly amazing. And this is, I believe we all can learn from. And I believe this is a lesson of Aaron. Her answer, you can imagine a young woman, she must be early 40s. He was 43, she must be in the early 40s. And she answered simply, in such a pressured moment, and in such a pressured time, she answered, no, we came here on Shlichus, we came here to spread Yiddishkeit. This was the life of my husband, and he will be buried here, and I will continue to be here. This is the first rabbi that has been buried in Hanover, Germany, since before the war. Her Mesiras Nefesh, Sterni Wolf, her Mesiras Nefesh, to say that she's going to continue to live there, to continue the work of her husband, is the exact expression of Aaron. In essence, Aaron understood that there's 2 concepts. There's the aspect of the mourning and the sadness of the situation. And there's a concept that God says that the work needs to continue. The work needs to go on. The service in the temple needs to go on. And we need to continue our lives. And because of that, because of Aaron's expression, the acceptance that he's going to continue to do the service, that he's going to continue to be the Kohen, he's going to continue to be the lover of Jews, and the one who's going to bring them forgiveness, and the one who's going to elevate them, God gave him great rewards. And the truth is that at the beginning of the week, when it was spread to the community, her response, the world community, responded unbelievably to this beautiful shlucha, to this beautiful woman. And they responded with unbelievable help for her and for her family to be able to continue. Her Mesiras Nefesh, her unbelievable dedication, opened up the hearts of thousands of people from abroad the world to honor her dedication and to give her the capability to be dedicated. Thousands of people donated money to her family and to Chabad of Hanover. I take from the story, and now I understand the meaning of this unbelievable story that happens in our lives. And that is that we need to understand that there's a purpose in what God has in the world. We should never, ever go through any such kind of tragedy in our lives, especially at such a young age. But we need to be inspired by such a shlucha, by such a woman who can show unbelievable strength and dedication to what she was sent for, and her family was sent for, and what her husband was sent for. So as Aaron understood what he came to the world for, what he was brought to the world for. And that's why it's so fascinating. These Pashas, Achrei Mos, talks about Yom Kippur, why Aaron and the sons of Aaron have the power to bring kapara, have the power to bring forgiveness to the Jewish nation, because they have self-sacrifice for others. They understand the meaning of continuing of the work even in their struggles. That brings kapara, that brings forgiveness to anybody who connects to Aaron and his children. And the Rebbe says that's also the reason, reason why we put the two portions together. Kedoshim Tiyu. In the second portion, the verse says, Kedoshim Tiyu, you shall be holy. Ki kadosh ani, because I am holy. God says, you have a mission in life. You might think your mission in life is your physical life, but it's wrong. Your mission in life is through your physical life. Through your physical life, you accomplish your true mission in life. And as long as you are alive, that means that your mission is not over. That means that the mission that God sent you to the world is not completed. Kedoshim Tiyu. God says, B'chol tzar asayim lo tzar. God says, I know your tzar. I know your struggles. I know what you're going through. But it has nothing to do with Kedoshim Tiyu. You shall be holy. Don't forget your mission in life. Don't give up your mission in life. Because as long as you have a breath in your lungs, as long as you have the capability to walk and talk and go out, don't let that stop you. Let nothing stop you. As this beautiful shlucha in Hanover, Germany, as Aaron continued the service, we also, the lesson is, Achrei Mos, after the death of the sons of Aaron, the service of the Beis HaMikdash, the service of God, the mission of the Kodesh Baruch Hu continues ba'olamai. We will mourn the loss. Yes, my friends, we're living in a time that there is a lot of sadness. Many people that I know. And it's going to become a day that we're going to cry for this great loss. But I believe that the Eibishter doesn't want us, God doesn't want us to stop continuing in our mission, in what we need to accomplish, and to continue the journey to bring an end to this gullus, to bring an end to the exile of the Jewish nation. We are at the end of the road. We need to push this thing over. We need to push this thing over and come to the end of it, which will drag along not only everybody else in this generation, but generations that preceded us, that have had the Ani Mamin, the I believe, Be'emunah Shalema, B'bias HaMashiach. So it was a very impressive story that happened this week. And it's a beautiful lesson that Rebbe says we can learn from the portions of the week. I hope and I pray that you all sit down over Shabbos as you have time and read the Parsha of the week. It's a double header, Achrei Mos and Kedoshim. Read the portion. It's a fascinating, beautiful portion. And I believe that the calling of the day is as it is every day. V'ahavta l'reacha kamecha. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. And that's maybe the calling that God wants you to not stop that. Even though you might be going through things and the world is going through things, but Kedoshim Tiyu. As I always tell people, keep on trucking. We're going to keep on trucking until we come to the end of this gullus. We are not going to give up. Whatever is going to be thrown at us, we're going to overcome it. We're going to do great things. We gave out today over 100 different families, challahs and soup. Not that the families needed this. They could have made their own soup. They could have made their own challah, bought it. It's just the expression of giving, like on Purim. we give food to somebody else by showing that we love you. We want to continue this connection with you in any way, in any form, until we'll be able to see each other again. We don't want it physically, not through a Zoom, not through a car window, but actually sit together and celebrate together, sit together and pray together in shul, sit together and fabring together at a kiddush and shul. That's what we want. And therefore, we have done a gesture of showing that connection. We want to continue that connection. The best, we know that my mother would just say the best healing is chicken soup. So I thank Danny for making all the chicken soup for all of us that are going to enjoy that little chicken soup. And we'll say, we remember what it means to be in shul together. We remember what it means to be a Friday night together. And even though we're sitting in our beautiful homes and enjoying it at home. My friends, I wish you all a wonderful Shabbos, a beautiful Shabbos, a happy Shabbos, a healthy Shabbos, and may God bless us all to only have happiness and health in life. And let us hope that we'll end this journey. We'll go to Atzena Akdosha, to the Holy Land, with the coming of Mashiach. B'mheira b'yameinu mamash. I'm going to unmute you all. You all can wish each other a good Shabbos. You have to unmute yourself. If you want to say something, you got to unmute yourself. I wish you a wonderful Shabbos. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbos, everybody. God bless you. Lichtbenchen, I think, is 7:30. Something like that. Have a wonderful Shabbos. I miss you guys. And I hope that we will see each other very soon. Rabbi Kramer, how are you?
Shabbos, Rabbi.
Yeah.